How's everyone doing today? Can't believe it's been a week since I started streaming. Sorry I'm a little late. I was eating dinner and then I had to get set up. But we're all good now. We're going to be streaming, like continuing our stream of Resident Evil Otome 4 Otome Edition. Like, I had a lot of fun with this one last time, so I'm going to continue. And I honestly don't know like what's going to happen, so like all my reactions last time were genuine. But let's see. All right, let me just get started and get switched over there. There we go. And we're just going to load from where we left off last time. How's the volume? Can you hear the game okay? Just turn it up a little bit. Do some adjusting. Ah, yes. There we go. I think that's good. Again, feel free to tell me if the video quality is not up to par or if the sound is off. I really do appreciate like constructive feedback. It helps me a lot. All right. We passed through the wooden gate into what looked like a small ranch. Leon ventured in cautiously and surveyed the area. Considering the church group he just demolished, it does seem conspicuously quiet here. There's a shed over there. Seems like a decent place to lay low while Leon clears a path. Maybe I'll suggest it. Suddenly, into my confusion, Leon turned toward a lonely, open dumpster. My initial thought was that the mission coordinators had stored more of his supplies in the garbage. I wasn't sure if that constituted an upgrade from boxes. On one hand, metal is sturdier. On the other hand, garbage. Wait, what? Is this a joke? But then part of me knew it wasn't. My body shivered, shedding off generations of hygienic conditioning. I jumped inside without a second thought. I held my breath as the lid closed above me. As I scooted my body around, I was surprised to realize that the bin was bereft of garbage. Either rural Spain has pretty good sanitation management, or the villagers are too busy being crazy to throw their trash away. Or maybe they're eating the garbage? Would address the hunger issue. Regardless, it doesn't change the fact that the only handsome man around had just ordered me to sit in a mushy waste bin in rural Europe with a parasite roaming around in my guts. I don't want to say unwanted, but yeah, I kind of do. Actually, that's Silent Hill 3, not Resident Evil 4. I shifted uncomfortably in the dumpster. In this awkward crouch, my legs began to sober up from the adrenaline rush, only to discover that a whole lot of pain had moved in. Angered by the needling hurt, I couldn't help but lash out at everything that seemed responsible for my predicament, excluding myself. Stupid saddle, stupid Klaus, stupid Jenna, stupid government class, stupid geopolitical dynamics. I took a deep breath and sighed. I'm getting too wound up. Oh, I know. I should do some of those meditative exercises that my life coach taught me. All right, here goes. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Okay, Ashley, you're on a beautiful beach. The sand is soft, sun-warmed, nestled between your toes. Your personal bodyguard is lounging nearby, baking his delicious abs to a golden sheen. Your personal butler appears in dashing attire, offering a comforting smile and a refreshing pina colada. Extra rum, of course. Your personal dolphin trainer is putting on an adorable show with your personal dolphin Flippy. Water spraying all over the trainer's rippling pecs. Oh my gosh. Everything is so wonderful. You have plenty of money. Nobody has worm heads. Oh no. It occurred to me then, amidst my fantasies, that Leon might finally be in danger, or worse. Terrified by this prospect, I thought to peek out for a look, but I knew it would be just my luck that some stray cultist would walk by at that moment and see me. Instead, I placed my ear close to the wall of the bin, being careful not to get too close. It's too much to hope Saddle laced his parasite injection with some vaccines. I strained my ear, listening intensely to the world outside my garbage sanctuary. I couldn't hear much at all, aside from the occasional thunderclap in the distance. Before the creeping terror of my savior's demise could ensnare my thoughts, the shrill sound of a gunshot burst into my eardrum. A somewhat morbid, but nonetheless comforting symbol of hope and salvation. Well, for me anyway. Assured of Leon's survival, I resumed my effortful listening. A series of thunderclaps prevented me from hearing any more. Is Leon okay? Are the cultists gone? Can I get out of this godforsaken dumpster? What? Was that a whistle? Is he trying to signal that it's safe? I mean, I've only ever heard that whistle used to beckon someone, and by someone I mean a pet. Not wanting to think too hard on the idea, I hastily threw open the lid of the bin and breathed deep. Thank God that's over, by the way. If I smell like rotten meat products, that's just too bad for Leon. Speaking of Leon, I scanned the area for him. It was difficult to see, but I found him by the flash of a stray lightning bolt, standing on what seemed like a bridge connected to the farmhouse. In that moment, his dirty blonde locks seemed like the beacon of a lighthouse, shining fiercely against the cold black sea, like poetry in the shape of a man. Oh, Ashley, you're so down bad right now. Well, it doesn't seem like he's making any move to jump down and escort me over there, but he's been working pretty hard, so I'll cut him some slack and do some leg work. On my way, I was surprised by the lack of bodies on the ground. Maybe the cultists are just literalists on the whole dust-to-dust concept. As I ran, I became keenly aware of how insane this all was. People dying. And for what? Is it all just for politics? And who stands to gain? One power-hungry old man? Or is this bigger than Saddle? Bigger than all of us? What if this goes all the way to the Illuminati? Amidst my struggles to glimpse the machinations of this mad world, it didn't take long to reach Leon. My head snapped back like a piston when I heard some groans behind me. Are there still villagers out there? Someone refusing the call of dustiness? Maybe I should ask Leon if we're safe, and some other things. Oh boy. No, I don't. Oh. Where are the bodies? Before I could open my mouth to speak, Leon spun on his heels. Oh, it probably didn't even matter. I was a little disappointed, but in hindsight, the creepy sounds behind me were a tad more immediate. Leon leapt down from the bridge. I could see a ladder on the ground already. I'm just going to presume he kicked that down because he likes catching me so much. As I prepared to jump myself, Leon raised his gun and looked directly at me. I could feel my cheeks flushing under his intense gaze. Realizing that he could easily see my lacy panties from this angle, I instinctually pulled at my skirt. I didn't really understand what Leon was doing, but the sudden self-consciousness called forth a common refrain in the lives of women.
Oh, you pervert!
Well, this is not a great feeling. Pretty mortifying, really. Not sure how I should proceed. Oh god, he's starting to dissolve on me. Ew! Jump! Jump! I guess that solves the bodies question. If Leon's upset about the pervert comment, he's certainly not letting it impact his professionalism. I wish dudes on the train were half so gracious. I inspected my clothes to check that I didn't get too much cultist dust on me. Also, I know I didn't pay attention in chemistry class, but now I'm thinking I really didn't pay attention in chemistry class. There was another giant wooden gate in front of us, once again guarded by bear traps. I see the creativity of as has run pretty dry in these parts. Okay, so we're playing Leapfrog now? Not exactly the back-touching opportunity I was expecting. Oh wait, you must not think that we can just go through the gate. So he must want me to climb over it? He could have saved us some trouble just by just talking like a normal person. I swear, it's like he believes the strong silent type is an actual personality. I need to think about whether that's stupidly sexy or just stupid. I hurriedly climbed onto his back and let his taxpayer-funded muscles elevate me to the top. If only all of America's revenue could be so well spent. I reached for the top edge of the gate and hoisted myself over. She really is trying her best. No one to catch me this time. You can do this, Ashley. 1, 2, 3. I hit the ground pretty hard, no doubt scuffing my boot and tearing a ligament. Still, it could be worse. I could have worn my high heel boots, and boy, that'd be a real nightmare. Fortunately, there were lanterns around the door, although that left me a bit paranoid about who had lit them and whether they were still prowling about. There was a large plank covering the door, but I easily pushed it up and to the side.
I opened it, Leon.
I whispered, trying to avoid undue attention. Good job! Leon opened the door, as cool and serious as ever. I happily fell behind him as we ran forward. I missed him a lot for only 20 seconds of separation, or maybe I just missed his safety. I don't know. I have about as much clarity as I do upper body strength. You're clingy. Ashley, you're my girl. Like, I'm having fun still. I mean, I love the little like segue of like daydreaming. Those are really funny. And no, I'm not going to romance a merchant as much as some people want me to. I'm trying to live my middle school dreams out here. Okay. And we're back for another riveting installment of European backpacking gone wrong. What dangers await us? Bludgeoning, impalement, a crushing exchange rate? Let's find out. Oh no. After a few seconds of jogging, we came to a rickety bridge. To my surprise, the merchant was waiting beside it.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Wait, didn't we last see this guy in that underground passage? How exactly did he get ahead of us? The logical answer is that the mission coordinators have Leon and the merchant take different paths in order to reduce suspicion. Granted, not sure how much faith I have in logic these days, but it would explain their communication strategy.
What are you selling?
Yeah. Bizarre as it all was, I appreciated that Daddy was going to such lengths in order to rescue me without creating a controversy. He doesn't have a lot of political capital right now. Surely that's the reason for all this recon work, right? Please, God, let me be right about something good for once.
Come back any time.
Leon and the merchant finished their bartering, and we resumed running down the rest of the bridge. Leon stopped abruptly in the middle of the bridge, turning his attention to the fancy radio buzzing on his hip. While Leon took in what I assumed was, at best, inconvenient news, I looked back down the bridge to see the merchant still standing there. He seemed so detached, like a statue. Or Steven Seagal. Huh, action man Steven Seagal. Actually, Leon reminds me a lot of Steven Seagal now that I think about it. I want to say it's his eyebrows, but it's probably just the general air of my first language is bullets. I don't know if that makes him a good man or a dangerous man, but when you've been marked for death, the fact that he's hard to kill is enough to give a girl a fire down below. Oh my goodness. Rather than share his feelings about the general crappiness of that update, Leon immediately resumed running down the bridge. Blasts of lightning illuminated an old cabin at the end of the bridge. My hope was that it was a safe house for the operation. My expectation was closer to a cultist slumber party. Darn it, I said I wanted to be right about something good for once. Good! Oh, sorry, that was a notification. Maybe we can go back the other way. You know, group up with the merchant. Buy a rocket launcher. Let me see if I can silence those. There we go. Wow, it's like everybody in the whole village is here. Hey, wait. What happened to the merchant? Did they swallow him with their organized rage? Did he escape before they absorbed his polygons? Realizing that our peril was a tad more immediate, I looked to Leon in a panic. I certainly didn't want to be an Ashley sandwich, so I sprinted as fast as my tired legs could mention. Hey, Ashley sandwich. Oh, classic reference right there. Leon reached the door first and smashed it open, being sure to first scan the room with his gun drawn. I mean, I wouldn't call it thorough, but it's the principle I'm attracted to. Oh, here we go. As the villagers descended upon us, Leon yanked me into the room and slammed the door. I knew we needed to secure the door somehow, but I was at a loss, so I just left it up to him. Then from behind us, a voice rang out, energetic and clear. Ooh, I know who this is. How rude, just hurling planks of wood at unsuspecting people. It's a good thing I honed Leon's reflexes. We both swiveled around to see who was behind us. Leon didn't immediately draw his gun, so I figured we were relatively safe as the lone man strutted towards us. Wait, how did I respond to this situation again? My memory is fuzzy. Oh no. I don't remember either. Which one would be funnier? That one. Ah, yes, that's it. I remember it perfectly. This statement paid for by Zark Muckerberg. Oh no! Oh no! I know that strut, and I ain't in the mood for no Spanish Kyle. Oh no. Guys, I might need to mute this in the VOD later. These fuckboys are like bowling pins. You gotta knock him down hard and fast before they can even think about commenting on my glorious tatas. I asserted venomously, like the debate club bronze medalist that I am. Leon's just minding his own business. Yeah, you're gonna regret calling me your highness when I'm queening your stupid fuckboy face. But for the moment, I should represent my country with grace and introduce myself. I turned away sharply to signal that he wasn't fit to be associated with American royalty, which he either took to heart or ignored completely. Hard to tell with these salt of the earth types. No, I don't know, and there's gonna be some dead fuckboys in this room if I don't find out soon. No. Oh, fuck. This fucking studlet seems awfully well informed. As the highest ranking American official in this room, I think it's time to throw my weight around and get some answers. You condition much? Oh no. Is there a cure? Yes, that seems like the most reasonable. Before I could cut through the noise and ask about my survival odds, my attention was tackled by the sound of a slightly more immediate threat. Now that I think about it, they have taken a really long time to walk what was seriously like 30 feet. I'd almost think they were zombies. Nice, classic music. Following Leon's command, I made my way toward the stairs. Before I ascended entirely, I took a brief glance back at my gun-toting haughty saviors. Good luck, Leon. Okay. And you too. Hey, wait a second. He forced me to introduce myself and then didn't return the courtesy. Men. Once upstairs, I found a bureau and huddled inside. Adrenaline was coursing through my body, but with no way to expend it. I became nervous and fidgety. In an effort to distract myself, I pressed my ear close to the bureau door and listened carefully. Huh, deja vu. At least it's not a garbage bin. Will Leon and Don Juan really be able to deal with all those villagers? I guess we'll find out who's got the better plot armor. With the prospect of untimely demise on my mind, I couldn't help but feel guilty for what I said to El Niño. Maybe I shouldn't have been so quick to anger. I mean, I don't know any Spanish men. What if fuckboy struts are just the cultural norm? That hardly seems like the worst thing. And also, it's a little hypocritical of me, since I was definitely evaluating his package. Maybe I should apologize, assuming we survived. Aww. Oh shit, I blurted out when the pounding began. I know my etiquette instructor would be mortified by my language, but screw her. She was never attacked by zombie cultists. Okay, Ashley, just calm down. Everything's going to be fine. In times of great duress, it is prudent to relax the mind with calming imagery. Oh, here we go again. Just like before. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. You are in a serene forest, untouched by mankind. Wisps of honeysuckle tickle your nose. A delightful warbling glides down from the branches and caresses your ears. You are accompanied by your bodyguard, who is well equipped for the journey. The only thing tauter than his bicep is his trusty hunting bow, with which he will stave off your enemies and your hunger. Also, the butt is real. Also in your company is a handsome lumberjack who excels at chopping wood. Both his axe and his chest glisten with the dew of the forest. In your periphery, spot a weird elf larper fiddling with his master sword. You pretend to ignore his lustful gaze while admiring his cheekbones. Suddenly, a forest sprite appears. He leaps quickly between the branches, daring you to catch a glimpse of his tight pants. The sensation of joy permeates your being. Your GPA is higher than Jenna's. Nobody has worm heads. Repeat, nobody has worm heads. Uh-oh, sounds like something crashed downstairs. Did the villagers manage to breach the door, or maybe the windows? Listening closely, I could barely make out voices. You know, now that I think about it, we're in someone's house. Are we the intruders? Property violations are such a messy legal territory.
It's like everyone in the whole village is here.
Well, I guess you can't intrude when there's no one left to intrude upon. A stream of gunshots sounded from downstairs and moved progressively closer. Oh god, are they coming upstairs?
Leon, upstairs.
Jesus, I have really got to ask Leon for one of his guns.
Hey, you trying to kill me?
I held my breath and covered my ears as more gunshots were fired just outside of the bureau. Flash grenades? In this tiny space? That can't be good for Leon's beautiful eyes. Did you send those invitations? I told you, no more than 50 people. A confident quip or gallows humor. I guess we'll know shortly. The gunshots persisted for another minute, and I half expected to go deaf from all the noise. But then, without any warning, everything went quiet. The gunshots ceased, and I could hear footsteps descending the stairs. Propelled by curiosity, I peeked outside the bureau. Some bloodstains on the ground, but otherwise it was clear. I'm just so impressed by how the cultists disappear. So eco-conscious. I jumped out of the bureau and made my way downstairs. Hey guys, thanks for saying something. Really appreciate it.
So, what do we do now? The bridge I crossed to get here is out, so I guess we have no choice but to keep moving.
The bridge is out? What, did they burn it behind them? Also, how does he know that already?
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead.
Yeah, I'll say you forgot something. It's called good manners.
Lewis,
So his name is Lewis, huh? Too bad. Javier was really growing on me. I wonder what Lewis's backstory is. He seems forlorn for the playboy type. I like a man who subverts expectations. We watched Lewis walk away into the night. I glanced at Leon, who seemed rather solemn himself. How does he know Lewis anyway? The guy doesn't seem like an agent. So much intrigue and drama. I feel like my brain is going to pop, although that might just be the ringing from all the gunshots. With everyone but us gone, an unnerving quiet descended upon the cabin. The whole place felt painfully lonely. And Leon meant to keep it that way. I followed behind him. 'Cause really, what else was I supposed to do? Still, I couldn't help but look back toward the obviously not out bridge and wonder if I'd ever see Lewis again. Since we had a breather, Leon hustled around the area, grabbing convenience stores of ammo sitting atop crates and logs, kind of like Christmas as imagined by the NRA. With spoils in tow, we headed toward the back gate where the villagers had flooded in from. Merchantman, you're alive! What? Leon approached the guy like the last 30 minutes hadn't even happened. Oh, terribly sorry about that, old chum. I was called away for a bit. You know how it is with bloodthirsty mobs. Now, about those promotions you mentioned.
got some rare things on sale, stranger.
No, for real. How did he avoid being gored? Is he in cahoots with the villagers? Is Saddle using him as a spy? Has he simply monopolized the black market with his infectious laugh and cloaking technology? I don't want to believe any of that, so let's tap the old Fallout back plan. Magic. Oh, I feel a portmanteau coming in.
Stranger, stranger.
there it is. Ninja. You know, like a genie ninja. It's the perfect foil to an evil wizard like Saddle.
Not enough cash, stranger.
In seriousness, I'm a little overwhelmed by all these men and their mysteries. It's starting to be less Loretta Chase and more Agatha Christie. Wait, do most people die in Agatha Christie novels?
Come back any time.
Finally, and now to the shed. There was another one of those typewriters in the room. Without a hitch, Leon began typing away just like before. It's hard to believe that anybody would seriously bother with these things, so I'm just going to imagine he's leaving the typewriter equivalent of a dick pic. Leon started to pore over the documents like they mattered. I'm glad he's feeling dutiful enough to read crap, because the only paper I want to see in front of me is a joint. I wonder if I really focus. Oh no. Oh, okay. Hello. Woo! Witness to the power. Time to show me what you've got, Leon. You know, Leon has some weird protrusions below his shoulders. I'll just assume those are where his angel wings came off. Well, on to the next thing. His hair really is amazing, perfectly cut and seemingly immune to grease, blood, and other unmentionables. Well, on to the next thing. The desire to touch his back is overwhelming. It's basically finger porn. Oh god, Leon is looking right at me. Was I staring at him too lustily? And more importantly, does he mind? He probably doesn't care. He looked like he was ready to move on, so I scooted out of his way. Hopefully I just seemed like I was zoning out. Damn it, Leon, what are you thinking? His mind is a complete puzzle to me. I wish he'd throw me a bone. I'm not the master of unlocking over here. Not in this version, you are. I followed close behind as we left the shed and glanced at the ninja as we walked by. Oh, please don't talk to him again, Leon, please. Doing me a small kindness, Leon forged ahead to a small room embedded in the gate that contained a single lever. The lever only moved left or right, presumably corresponding to the two sides of the gate. I assumed we had to make a choice. Well, if anyone cares about my opinion around here, I'd choose. Go right? Before I could chime in, Leon pushed the lever to the left. I considered making some cheeky remark about taking the sinister path, but I couldn't afford to risk what few cool points I had with Leon, so I stayed quiet. After pulling the lever, Leon traded his Magnum for a fancy-looking shotgun. He didn't explain why, but then I suppose the shotgun was explanation enough. Leon proceeded to the gate, and I followed behind, not unlike a stray puppy. As I ran through the open gate, I felt the silent looming of the ninja's eyes on me. What, bitch? Don't look at me now like you got some shit to say. I'm probably about to die and I ain't happy. Although, what if he's trying to warn us? I mean, the dude cosplays as the Grim Reaper. The possibility that we're walking straight into hell is an open one. Well, the ninja be damned. I guess we're doing this. What are the odds that this door leads us out of this Mexican wilderness? Too hopeful? That's insensitive, Ashley. Mexicans aren't Spaniards, even if they are speaking the same version of Spanish. Wait, how do I know that? Great, now I'm lecturing myself on political correctness while also being confused. I have got to escape this fever dream ASAP. On the other side of the gate, we didn't seem like we were anywhere safe at all. Well, hey, look over there. It's everyone's favorite portable dorm room, the garbage bin. Can't wait to hide in one of those again. This does not spark joy. The shrieking villager came rushing toward us, eager to entertain us with the classic sear of the flesh of thine enemies routine. Catholics, man. I guess you could say her bit backfired. Wait, that's a terrible joke to make. What's wrong with me? Anyway, we left the cultists to a brief cosplay of the Human Torch and made a beeline for the dumpster. Maybe if I grovel, he'll get in the dumpster with me. That'd be hot. More than being in it alone, which is very unhot. Ugh, I better get to lick every one of your abs for this, Leon. Oh. Axes of evil, that was close. I hopped in as dutifully as before, settled into the same shit squat as before in the same empty dumpster as before. I lifted my head slightly to snatch a final look, as if the visual itself was precious oxygen. The lid slammed shut above me, just as debris began raining down. I have to say I'm impressed not only by the tidiness, but also the automation. It's rural Spain's greatest asset, that's for sure. Still, I never imagined I would be commanded to inhabit a garbage bin, much less do it twice. Why didn't I just pay someone to take my exams for me? Then I can be in Cancun and have an A in government. The indignity of it all, am I right? Uh-oh. Yeah, it's completely Wait, who are you? You don't know. You don't know? Come on, guess. Nope, no idea. Rough. What's so funny? Your willful ignorance, for starters. Don't you recognize your own self? My own self? Your... me? Do you have some other explanation for why I would be in your head? Insanity? Not out of the question yet, but no. You might think of me as a spin-off. Those aren't usually any good. You're right, especially when the source material is shoddy to begin with. Ouch, you've got dead aim, I'll give you that. Huh, give yourself some credit. After all, I'm just the ambassador of your more colorful qualities, what little there are. So you're my conscience. Ugh, please. This isn't one of your Hallmark movies, girl. It's survival. Take the sparkles out of your eyes, and you'll find that your emotional reserves are leaking out faster than your parents' sex tapes. Whoa, wait, my parents made a sex tape? Well, not together. Also, don't act like you didn't know. So I repressed some stuff. You can't blame me. No one can blame me. Let's stay on topic. You need to survive this. Leon's doing the heavy lifting, but it won't mean much if your mind breaks. That's why I've been promoted to the foreground, to help you cope. If you wanted to help me cope, you'll find me a plate of Belgian waffles. You know that stuff goes straight to your ass. Thanks, Mom. Hey, where'd you get those glasses? You like them? I wanted something that says deal with it. So I guess you're not going to go away, are you? Unless you stumble across a pile of ecstasy to bludgeon me into dormancy, refer back to the glasses. Just great. Well, if you're just gonna be floating around, should I call you something? I'm partial to Dark Side Chronicler myself, but it's your brain. I don't want to deny you the opportunity to use it for once. How about this? Trashly. Boom, get it? Because we're in the trash, and you're, brain trash. Doesn't feel so good, does it? You failed synapse? LOL, whatever's graham cracker. Graham cracker? Just dredge up the worst feelings from high school. Why don't you? As your good buddy Clout liked to say, just having a little fun. You know what? You're not helping me at all, so I'm just going to ignore you and listen for the sounds of Leon's victory instead. Girl, look at him. He ain't ever gonna La la la, lay off, Trashly. I won't let you come between me and my dreams. So anyway, where was I? Oh, right, the sounds of Leon's victory. It does seem like some of the initial commotion subsided. I wonder what Leon is doing out there. And more importantly, how long he plans to leave me huddling in this dumpster. Oh, hear that, Trashley? What? The sound of you being summoned like a mutt? No, Trashley. That sound. Is America. If by that you mean white powerful men patronizing women with the pretense of autonomy, then a resounding fuck yeah. Listen, if you're just going to be a negative Nancy, why don't you just go fortify my neurons or something? LOL, sure. I'll hang it back in the occipital lobe and take notes on how to woo older men. Which lobe was the occipital lobe again? Well, forget about that. Leon awaits. Leaving the dumpster, I ran down the path and ascended the ladder to the platform above. Fortunately, Leon was waiting for me at the end of the pathway. I have a bad feeling about this.
Hi.
Every single ab. Seriously, this is ridiculous. That's America for you. Are you playing that song or... Yeah, you're pretty musically challenged. But I did my best. I call it good old Plan B. Whatever. I'd rather just know what's up with this place and all its dumpsters. Do these things magically transfer items from one location to another? Is that their true purpose? You were literally just in one and didn't teleport. Then again, maybe there was a weight limit. Why would magical boxes be bound by trivialities like weight? You're making a fat joke, aren't you? I see cleverness is a side effect of pigging out on Cinnabons. That's a low blow, Trashley. A low blow indeed. No lower than the blow you gave to the football captain, am I right? Bad, Trashley, bad. That memory is between me and God. And Kyle. Focus, bitch. I'm just trying to keep you grounded. Now, don't you think this is a trap is the more empirical possibility than the dumpsters are teleportation boxes? Just a little? You think people would do that? Just go to Spain and lay traps? The proof is in the pudding, honey. I guess you're right. Oh, hey, you know Spanish? I seem to have inherited what little you retained from high school. See? Sweet, well, if you're just going to blurt out your opinion anyway, you mind translating as needed? Pretty please? I would be honored, your dumpiness. And turn off that jazz you've been playing. I hate jazz. I know you do. Is it really so dangerous out there that Leon can't take me with him? Anything's better than being in a garbage bin. What was that? And why was it so close to me? Do you really need me to translate chainsaw? No, but I would like to amend my previous complaints. I've never been more grateful to be in a garbage bin. You better hope your boy Wonder can manage some power tools or that gratitude is going to evolve into starvation. Don't jinx it, please. As is often the case when one experiences events from within a dumpster, I could only listen and wait. For a time, my metal prison hummed with the distant, hellish melody of chainsaws, bullets, and human screams. And then silence. Why isn't he whistling? What is going on? I hurled myself out of the dumpster and inhaled fiercely. I looked around, but between the darkness and thunder, I couldn't tell where Leon was. Trashly? This is one of those helping moments you're apparently here for. Kinda busy right now, if you couldn't hear. This cheaply produced mood music doesn't just make itself, you know. Oh, come on. Well, considering you're standing on a circular platform with a hole in the middle, I'd say your dreamboat is waiting for you in the harbor below. Admittedly, it took me a second to dissect the metaphor, but then Leon came into view, and all is well with the world. All aboard! Ah, men's muscles. The original safe space. And you thought your dad was tone deaf. What are you going on about now? Look around you. Barbed wire, sandbag barricades, funneling structures, and lookout towers. Up until very recently, a bunch of very dead people thought this was their safe space. And then the walking embodiment of the US military complex barged in and fucked their shit up. Your safety, their annihilation. Hey, don't try to make me feel guilty about this. I didn't decide to be kidnapped. And what decision do you think these villagers made? I suppose they deserve death because you hopped in the car of a dude who takes fashion advice from the WWF. And look at your boy band turned singer turned secret agent type here. He's purchasing your future with blood. Why do you think he's so stoic? It's not because he's cool. It's so he can lower his therapy bill. You don't know anything about Leon. I'm pulling my data from the same source as you, hun. No, I know what you're trying to do. Feeding on my insecurities, trying to make me feel like I'm the only one at fault. You're an emotional parasite. Would making the obvious joke spoil our relationship? God, didn't I tell you to shut up? Yes, but you also asked me to translate as needed. I thought that might extend to moral clarity. If not, me mallow. If you want to help so bad, go convince my bladder to hold on to its liquid gold investments for just a little bit longer. And also stop this music. I'll do what I can until you find a can. What a lame pun. Which means I'm lame. Darn it. Oh no, more villagers. Another dumpster. Why, God? Apparently tired of all this malarkey, Leon readied a flash grenade and hurled it into the crowd. Amidst the chaos, we bull rushed the crowd and bolted toward the exit. With the villagers quickly regaining their eyesight, and with it their zeal for murder, Leon hurriedly lifted the bar blocking the door. Who would have thought Ashley would have such a rich inner life? The large gate closed behind us, like the maw of a creature made brittle by time. The area before us seemed to be something of a cliffside. I looked right and saw an opposing door. The exit, I imagined, to the path I thought to take. It's like that Robert Frost poem. Two roads diverged in a wood, and something. That has made all the difference. What I'm saying is, I'm grateful that my body isn't cubes. Hey, wait a second. Is that the ninja over there? He must have gone on the other path and just waltzed right through. Darn it, Leon. Damn it, Leon. When are you going to learn that I am right about everything? Situated between the paths was a large gate adorned by a mask with one glowing red eye. Leon inspected the emblem briefly and then moved away toward a trail sloping off to the left. I guess puzzles don't interest you much when you yourself are a puzzle. At the top of the stairs, we stepped onto a gondola loading platform embedded in the mountainside. Love the patchwork sheet metal aesthetic they got going on. Really reminds you of crippling poverty. The gondola cars moved up and down the line, so innocently committed to their electric density. It reminded me of the American Rust Belt, charming as an idea in a third world sort of way. Fortunately, us coastal elites are much too savvy to ever get on. Oh my god, wait for me, Leon. Okay, so we're on a rickety old gondola car, suspended who knows how many feet over the Spanish abyss. But it's cool. We're cool. It's not like anyone else would be riding this thing at this time of night, right? Surely you already know the answer to that question. Well, I do now. I wish I could see what was going on. I might be able to help with that. For real? Check it. What in? Am I seeing what Leon is seeing? How in the name of glorious abs is this possible? Just a little repurposing of your overactive imagination. Wow. Wait, are you saying... Just shut up and enjoy the shoot bang. Bust the ankles. Foil the plans. Man, Leon is such a good shot in my imagination. Now I'd like to think those were just lone cultists making a pilgrimage of sorts, like the narrow planks represent their perilous finances, while the derelict gondola speaks to their hopes of being economically relevant. But that sweet reload is making me suspect it's another ambush. I'll tell you, I haven't been this pursued since that little tabloid misadventure in my senior year at Valley View High. Good times. I huddled close to Leon's back, partly to avoid being hurled off the gondola by the recoil movement, and partly to assess whether he smelled like sandalwood. He smells more like blood and sawdust, but that's never deterred anybody who that wasn't me. Hey, down in frontal lobe, you mind? The show's about to come back on. Sorry. Nice. Damn, if only sex were that satisfying. I mean, with Leon, knowing you're lucky you'd probably have a micropene. That's not the worst thing. I give lousy oral. No, not you too, Leon. Speaking of dirty deeds, might want to watch that money shot speeding toward your face. The what now? Well, what happened? Am I alive? Well, more alive than that guy. I'll give Leon credit. He knows the right way to avenge a woman's honor, which is swiftly. Still, it's kind of horrible watching people fall into the Spanish abyss. Fortunately for my conscience, I'm already done with this thought. Now on stable ground, I took inventory of my pain. Yeah, seems like a pretty good amount. I'm lucky that my face is free of hatchets, sure, but gratitude is a poor substitute for Tylenol. Leon turned toward me with some kind of canister in hand. Are we gonna graffiti their gondola? Because I'm feeling exactly that spiteful. Whoa, whoa, why is he aiming that at me? What is this? Pesticides to keep the bugs from eating my battered flesh? Weird. It smells like plants, like pot plants. Not that I would know anything about pot or have any experience with pot panics. Huh, all of a sudden, there's a tingling feeling in my head, but I can feel the throb starting to get far away, and I feel like chuckling. Oh my god, this is pot. Wow, I'm feeling like really good. Like so good that I almost forgive that axe hurling madman. I mean, he was just doing what his heart told him to do. Would I really be any different? Would any of us? We moseyed over to a long staircase leading downward and proceeded, not surprisingly, in that direction. We continued along the path at the bottom and soon came upon who else? The ninja.
Welcome.
Maybe it's just because I'm coming off a high that something seems a little off about old ninja, don't it? There's just like an aura. Could also be his glowing red eyes. Yeah. But hey, I ain't gonna knock a dude for popping a J or 3 when this is your job. That's just self-care. We resumed our jog down the path and soon ran into another door, not unlike the ones in the village. Naturally, we proceeded without any concern for our safety. Would you take a look at that? It's forest. Oh, hey, that reminds me of playing that song Dark Black Forest on DDR. It's a long way to go, honey, he said. I know, but I'm afraid. Where are we going? She asked. Into the dark black forest. Soon the narrow path fanned out into a dead end featuring a solitary ramshackle warehouse type place. I bet 10 Spanish dollars that they keep the cultist Kool-Aid there. That's why you've come, right? To find an antidote to the evil within? As we approached the door of the building, I swallowed hard, trying to fight back the encroaching sense of loneliness and dread radiating hardcore from this place. Still, I tried to seem brave, if only for Leon's sake. Well, that's a load off. Time to cower. There wasn't exactly a ton of hiding spots, and I thought it unwise to back myself into a corner, so I nestled myself between a nearby tree and some weird log shed. From my excessively dingy cover, I watched Leon carefully open the door and become one with the darkness. I wonder what Leon's going in there for. Maybe to meet another secret agent? But that doesn't explain why I'd have to hide. Oh, unless he thinks they might double-cross him. Drama. At the same time, it seems pretty dangerous to just leave me out here, in the open, in the middle of the forest, in the dead of night. Oh crap, I just remembered that I'm vulnerable and terrified. Man, I never thought I would miss the dumpster. Garbage sanctuary. What is happening? Oh my god, the building is on fire. I mean, wow. I didn't know backstabbings happened that quick outside of General Hospital. I didn't really want to leave my hiding place, but I was also afraid of what attention a flaming warehouse might draw among the saddle-bound. Bereft of good ideas, I moved to the other side of the shed and desperately wished I could curl into a morph ball and just roll out of here. Instead, I squatted intensely and watched nervously for any sign of Leon. Each passing second burned away a little more of the rope of my hope. My hope rope, you might say. For a moment, I was petrified by the thought that Leon had been murdered. So much for Trashley being here to help me cope. And again, it is kind of funny that she did literally get plunged into dormancy. Listening more closely, I could hear noise coming from the warehouse. Sounded like bullets and shrieking? A rather unholy melody, but if it signals a struggle, then that means Leon's alive. Give him hell, Leon, because otherwise I'll leave your ass where the ninja and never come back. Never look back. Another few minutes passed, and eventually the sounds dissipated. I took a chance and ran up to the building, trying to hear better while avoiding first-degree burns. I heard something collapse, but it wasn't from the inside. I peeked over the corner of the side of the building. I half expected to see the ninja standing there. Actually, did the ninja know about this? Did he tip off the secret agent? Is he the secret agent? Did he teleport into the building? Is it the coat? Is it that the source of his power? So many questions. As if to undercut my mounting anxiety, Leon tumbled through the hole in the siding and rolled coolly to his feet. Oh my gosh, Leon is safe. I'm safe. Woo! Take that, ninja, you potential traitor love interest. I ran up to Leon, who looked a little scuffed and bruised. A good look on a man, I might add. Shows character. Maybe I should inquire further about the preceding incidents, so that he knows I'm thinking about him. Should I? I'll just ask, are you hurt? Oh, it doesn't even matter. Okay, well, maybe I'll ask later. Probably for the best, considering that the building is smoking more than the 50s. We made our way back to the gondola station. But before boarding, Leon turned his gaze to the towering silhouette looming over the darkness. Is that a castle? It's huge. So huge that I'm not sure how I missed it before. Right. Anyway, it'd be nice if someone there could help us. Like a prince. A rich, handsome, filthy fucking rich prince. Oh, what if Louis is actually a prince? Like, he became disenchanted by wealth and decided to commit his life to the people after he realized they'd been denied the luxuries he had so long taken for granted. Like light bulbs. Man, maybe Trashley was right about my overactive imagination. Although, really, is there a healthy upper limit to fantasizing? I certainly don't believe in one. And I'm still the boss of this brain. Leon sure looks nice. Wisps of fog only accentuate his excellent jawline, and his arms, so smooth and defined. It's not often you find a guy who can balance muscle and metro. I wonder what else he keeps shaved. Oh gosh. Dirty thoughts. Huh, sure is quiet without the threat of assault. I might not get many opportunities like this to chat with Leon. Maybe he'll answer a question or two. Hey, Leon. Oh boy. Let's ask about this. Out of curiosity, Leon, how did you know where to find me? I mean, they took me pretty far out into the middle of nowhere. We didn't have a lot of leads. There was one informant who saw you directly, but she was apparently blinded by the kidnapper before he sped off. Sorry. What else did Jenna report? I wonder. Yeah, that did happen. We also tried to contact your driver, but last I heard he's still MIA. We feel the worst. I remember Klaus's evasive manner about John and my heart sank. There's no way he survived more than 2 punches from those steroid arms. I don't have a lot of hope, to be honest. Neither did we at first. We had hoped to have a better grip on the situation before we told the president, but the whole thing really caught Secret Service off guard. It worked out though, because the president immediately directed us to trace you using a tracking device embedded in your clothes. Wow, really? I thought it was thrown out over the ocean or something. Nope, seems like you made it to Spain before someone noticed, or it just fell off. Who knows? Still pretty lucky, all things considered. Definitely. So what happened next? At that point, Secret Service made some discreet phone calls to the head of police in Madrid. Some local contacts had spotted someone matching your description being transported around in a church van. Figures. The local police were resistant to helping us at first, but after a little arm twisting, they agreed to escort me out here as part of a missing persons case. They? As in, there were others with you? Yeah, 2 officers, they. Oh, geez. Yeah. Didn't make it. So many lives lost. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've put you through. Don't worry about it. The only people at fault here are Sadler and his goons, and we won't let them win, no matter the cost. Aww. The gondola came to a halt, and with it my fantasy of continued conversation. Onward, I guess. We jogged down the small hill and walked up to the large wooden door that Leon had inspected earlier. Leon began sifting through his pockets. Huh, I wonder if he swiped a key from a secret agent before he exploded. Sweet, merciful Jesus. First off, ew. Secondly, maybe I should have asked about what went down in that warehouse. And thirdly, scratch number 2. I made the right choice by not asking. Still, in the spirit of the times, I'd like to say that this whole thing has become really unpleasant to my eyes. We stepped through the gate and... Okay, now hold on a second. Me. Can we just stop and ponder the fact that a total hottie just opened the door with a person's eyeball? That is so nuts. I mean, these people don't even have toilets, and they're building doors with retina scanners. I know I live in a gated community, so glass houses and all that, but this wealth gap is borderline American. Phew, okay, I'm good now. Just had to clear the air. Continue, me. Why, thank you, me. I'd be happy to. Where was I? Oh, right. On the other side of the gate was a very tight path leading up. The path was enclosed by rocky embankments that were totally climbable, but Leon seemed fine with walking the old straight and narrow. It's not like we're trying to escape an area bristling with hostility or anything. What's that rumbling sound? Not the truck. I swung my head backwards, paranoid that the villagers Leon had blinded finally regained their senses and came to enact vengeance. Nobody was behind us, so I thought for a second that maybe Trashley was pulling on some brain wires. Then I looked at Leon, whose grip on his pistol signaled that I was a fool looking in the wrong direction. Oh my god, is that a truck? On this tiny road? We'll be crushed, which is almost certainly the point. I mean, if we just go back through the door, even if they crash through the gate, the momentum would probably cause them to fly over the cliff. Am I a genius or what? I thought about bolting, but Leon held firm. If I run now, it might distract him. But it might also get him off this road. I don't want him to think I don't trust him. Men love a girl with undying certainty in their manly ability to succeed amidst unreasonable odds, don't they? That certainly feels true. I'll trust him. As if buoyed by my conviction, Leon stepped back and raised his weapon to the night. It does seem super dumb to just stand your ground against a truck driver willing to kill his own friends to crush you. But surely Leon would only do something like he had absolute confidence in. Surely. Oh no. Surely. JFC, Leon. Well, sure hope I don't die on a or yeah. Oh. Let's try that again. Maybe Leon isn't as like independent as I think. Truck that run. As if sensing my desire to flee, Leon stepped back and raised his weapon to the night. I can't run now. It will throw off Leon's aim, and then he'll be crushed. It's my moral obligation to not let that happen to his hair. Don't make me regret this, Leon. Nice. Now that is how you propose to someone. Meanwhile, 20 feet away. As I began to plan out our wedding, we slipped past the flaming truck and continued up the path. Wait, there's villagers behind us. How did they... Oh my god, Leon, you flippant dolt. You gave them the key. With the villagers doing their best impression of a stampede, Leon and I looked honestly at one another. His eyes said, I've got a plan. My eyes said, this is your fault. Because where else are we supposed to go? As the villagers drew uncomfortably near, I temporarily forgave Leon for his earlier poor judgment and looked to him for guidance. He flicked his eyes at a crank to my left. Such plans, much thought. Ugh, look at that. At the rust on this thing. And I thought I've gone too long without a loving touch. Focus, Ashley. Cultists. Cultists with torches. I took hold of the handle and looked to Leon for a signal. I knew I was just going to be more quiet body language, but I imagined a seductive wink, blown kiss combo. Anything to keep the spark alive. Wow, actual words. I'm so motivated. Let's push this crank, Noodle Arms. Push it real good. Wow, we did it. Does this qualify us for a relationship upgrade? I mean, it's not quite dodging ancient traps in unison yet, but I think there's real potential.
Come on.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of confidence about what we'll find in this castle, but given everything so far, I think Ghost of Vincent Price is a reasonable gamble. Oh, nice. We're doing the castle now. How's everyone doing, by the way? Are you enjoying the game? I am. might go get a drink of water, so I will be right back. And we're back! And the game has finished loading, so let's continue. As we moved through the imposing wooden doors into the courtyard, I was... Nope, not even gonna think about it. He's a genie. I've embraced that. Deciding he needed some wishes granted, Leon detoured into the den of Dinja. The Denja? Leon browsed his wares for a second before looking frustrated. Kind of like when you go to the convenience store to buy a candy bar, but you're 30 cents short, so you rob the place instead. I've heard people do that.
Wait here.
Okay. Leon headed outside and began scouring the castle grounds. Geez, this is check under the couch cushions levels of desperate. $1 million taxpayer bucks a year thrown at the Museum of Neon Signs, but nobody can loan this man a few Benjamin? Something doesn't add up. Dad, I swear, if I find out you're pretending to be into fiscal conservatism again... Oh... Although, while Leon is preoccupied, this could be my chance to have a real live conversation with the merchant. How exciting. Hey.
Welcome.
Hello. Moving around quite a lot tonight, haven't you? Yeah, I could say the same for you. Ah, well, we're all moving in one direction. You know, celestially. Yeah. Galactical. I guess this confirms that I'm dealing with one man and not an army of clones. Good to know.
Got a collection of good things on sale, stranger.
So, can I interest you in anything? It's mostly guns in this coat, but I do got some nice jewelry that might suit a proper young lady like yourself. It's BOGO right now. Oh, that's very nice, but what kind of jewelry? Let's see, I've got a pearl bangle, an amber ring, a pocket watch, although it needs a little TLC. And oh yes, precious gems. I think an emerald would go well with your eyes. Heh, you know how to flatter a girl. Hey, wait a second. Didn't Leon sell you some of those things? Oh, I figured you were sharp. Yep, that's why it's BOGO right now. Right, well, I appreciate it, but the truth is, I don't have any money. You go on a vacation without spending money? Kids these days. Oh no, it's not like that. I'm not a tourist. I had some money on me, but I guess it was stolen when I was kidnapped. Now I'm just basically a refugee. Ah, human trafficking. I'm sorry to hear it. That's a bad business. Wait. What? I remember now. I heard some rumblings from the locals about a girl they were keeping their eyes on. Some daughter of a prime minister or something? That you? I mean, it's more like the president, but you know, same diff. Well, sorry I didn't recognize I was standing before royalty. Finally, some proper recognition. It's fine, I'm just a regular person. If you were just a regular person, would I be angling for your autograph? Are you angling for my autograph? I will once I find a pen in this damn sack. Wow, this is the first time anybody's asked for my autograph. Maybe we could trade something. Didn't waste any time figuring out what you were worth, eh? That's good. Always know your price. But before that, I gotta ask. That guy with you, he a cop? Not technically. He's my bodyguard, which I guess would make him my private cop. Private cop. Gonna make a mental note of that future NYT bestseller. Ah, bodyguard. Yeah, he's got that air about him. How much you make in a job like that? Evidently not that much. Well, if you stumble upon any spare change and want some payback, we can talk, Kit. Might comfort you to know I've been rated #1 in the retribution market for 10 years straight. Ah, cool. Congrats. Of course. I'm the only person they pulled. Anyway, I'm sure we'll run into each other again, huh? Maybe I'll be ready to take your John Hancock by then. I'm sure it will be sooner rather than later. Oh, hey, before I forget, what's your name? I don't know. What's yours? It's Ashley. Ashley, eh? A pretty name for a pretty lady. Sorry to say I can't return the favor right now. My line of work is very delicate. Got to keep the cards close, you know, understand? Yeah, I get it. Shatter broker and all that. But hey, I don't want anyone saying I'm not flexible either. So why don't you give me a name, you know? Like a code name, just between us. A code name, huh? Let me think. Oh no. Oh no. I can really give him any code name. Guys. Hang on, give me a moment here. I don't know. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm a genius.
Wise choice, mate.
Not my first choice, but the customer is always right, so it's great. Leon hurriedly rejoined us in the room, and I made some space for him to do his thing.
I'll buy it at a high price.
I'm really grateful that I never had to take a sales job. It sounds exhausting. Once Leon was satisfied with his purchase, we headed back out and up the stairs. I quickly waved back at Ethan. The courtyard stairs led us to the castle's battlements. We skated along the path and took cover behind a large box with some very conveniently placed rifle ammo. Naturally, Leon nabbed it and proceeded to share his newfound bounty with the heads of the dudes above us. Ah, classic Leon. We slowed as we reached the top of the spiral stairs. Oh, hey, is that a wishing well? I can't help but wonder. Oh, what do I wish for? True love? My parents' acceptance? A hell mythologist? So many important wishes. Hey, Leon, come here for a second. What's up? I want to make a wish. Think you can spare some putas? Huh, looks like someone might have thrown a spinal in there. Just use that. It's gotta be worth a couple of wishes. Oh. How many are we talking here? 3? 7? Great balls of fire! Another hopeful idea that died in its sleep. I assume they were aiming for us, in which case they kind of suck, but their failure contains a lesson for us all. Thank God. I followed Leon down some stairs as the cultists continued to rain hellfire from above, like they didn't even care about wrecking their own property. I guess I wouldn't care either if I was an old world artisan forced to lend my catapult skills to the local cult on the cheap. You just know Saddlebags ain't offering a 401k, and dental, forget about it. We slinked into the narrow entrance, and surprise, surprise, a cannon. Did you know that the modern cannon is a descendant of the fire lance, which was effectively a flame-throwing spear? Although our first illustration of a cannon didn't arise until 1326, they were documented at least 200 years prior. What? So I like to be informed? Sue me. I hope Leon doesn't think we're going to do anything with this cannon. I mean, look at the thing. The Spanish flu seems modern by comparison. After confirming that the room was barrel-free, Leon turned toward me.
Wait.
Oh, goody. I've been wanting to play another round of stay in this spot while I kick ass. At least I have a cannon to look at instead of the infinite blackness of dumpster space. Devoid of that little thing called choices, I heeded Leon's command and waited by the cannon while he jogged his way into the battlefield. Suddenly, he turned back to look at me. He said nothing as usual, but I thought I saw a shadow of concern dart across his face. I smiled meekly and nodded, as if to assure him that I wouldn't evaporate in his absence. And there he goes. Guess I'll just chill with this medieval era cannon and hope that I'm not incinerated by unfriendly fire. Anyway, as I was saying, cannons. The Chinese were some of the first to adopt cannons for warfare, and their success in killing masses of dudes led to the cannon's global propagation. Unfortunately, that innovation didn't extend to the term itself, which derives from an old Greek word simply meaning tube. Because who has time for creative wordplay when you're disemboweling your... Whoa, 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 what's going on? I don't think this is a canon. It's too bad about all this property damage, but I think we can evade liability. I mean, the cannon was irresponsibly loaded and inexplicably aimed at the door. It's like if you leave Tide Pods on the ground and your baby eats them, and it's like, come on, you wanted to kill that baby. I don't know where that metaphor was going, but hey, we can move forward. Okay, stop. Clearly this man can teleport. That's just science at this point. My question is, why the hell can't I just hug him and teleport out of here? How much could that possibly cost? Ethan. I guess he didn't hear me. Story of my life. The door led us to a strange, cramped room. My eyes snagged on the glimmering golden sword adorning the back wall, but then Leon got buzzed. I might contest the decided part, but the rest of that checks out. What? So we are dealing with the Illuminati. It's just like that one fortune cookie said. There's no mistake so great as that of being always right. I know you're royally screwed message when I see one. Probably best to let this one lie. Leon stowed his radio and headed toward the plaque on the back wall, obviously because my thoughts are so important to him, or because it's gold, whichever. Looking at it more closely, something seemed a little off. The plaque was gold, but the sword inside was silver. Am I reading into that too much? Maybe whoever set this up just thinks it's more luxurious to blend their opulent metals. I mean, Spain is already weird, so by the laws of nature, rich Spain has got to be mucho loco. Hold up. Can we spare for a moment for the creepy nun in her Reed-Dead mask? No, that's fine. I didn't want to analyze it anyway. So I'm not really surprised that there's cultists in here. But wow, announcing your STDs? Talk about a new front in psychological warfare. I feel that, Leon. Nothing is worth syphilis, trust me. Ashley. I followed Leon back down the stairs as the syphilatos came rushing toward us. Remember, everyone, social distance is an important tool for managing contagious diseases. Wait a second, STDs would imply they're having sex with people. First off, burn that image. Second off, who are they doing it with? Each other? Saddle? This is really throwing me. Fortunately, this concern should be academic in about 10 more seconds. Oh my lord, the wormheads are evolving! Phew, thank god that's gone. I'm going to abide by the 5-second rule. If I don't see the worm head for more than 5 seconds, it doesn't add to my trauma. Yeah, Ashley, if you don't look at it, it's not real. At the top of the stairs was a large silver door, similarly emblazoned with a mismatched sword. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is a puzzle, but not like a smart puzzle, like a dumb puzzle. Leon pulled the sword from the. Leon caught wind of my brilliant insight and began looking for a way to pry the sword from its groove. I studied the muscles in Leon's arms as he reached for the sword. Sexcalibur. God, I'm childish. Before any progress could be made, my large ears that I hate picked up a swarm of footsteps behind us. Oh man, that guy in the front definitely has an STD. Time to make like I'm at a Motel 9 and check the hell out. I gotta give Leon credit. He knows how to stop an outbreak. If he survive this, I'll definitely recommend he get a cushy job at the CDC. Huh, I came out as easily as my credit card during a Neiman Marcus sale. With the gold sword in tow and the path clear, we headed back to the stairs. Creepily, there was a lone dude waiting at the bottom. Creepier still, we were blatantly in his line of sight, and he didn't make any move toward us. This is just like that guy Kevin from school who's always loitering at Java City, hovering around trying to buy girls cheap coffee. I know the game creepsters, and I ain't playing. You reap what you creep, Kevin. I'm sorry. I really should have some gravity about a man being shot in the face. Okay, so we went downstairs to finish the job. Oh yeah, baby, mag to the knees. Oh my god, the worm heads are like kind of losing some of the luster, honestly. Too much exposure, I guess. Although, hey, now that I'm numb to the horror, I just noticed that you can kind of make out a face in its worm flesh. Here, let me circle it for you. It's kind of ugly, but cute enough that I'm gonna call him Wormy. Wormy, no! Ah, well, as someone wiser than me once said, without pain, how could we know joy? Leon returned to the golden plaque and swapped the swords. 'Cause, you know, duh. I just want to know who switches these swords around. Do you have to do that every time you come and go? Or did they just swap them when we got here? Either way, what a pain. Ashley, you're in a video game. Logic doesn't, like, apply here. Well, as I expected, that was a dumb puzzle. Could have been worse, I guess. Could have been some bonkers Shakespearean riddle. But the swords room led to another external balcony, and I began to worry that we were really just going to become lost in this huge castle. What a perfect time this would be for my charming prince to swoop in and guide us to safety. A delicious Spanish accent? Could it be? Louis, the prodigal prince returns.
I've got something for you guys.
And he comes bearing gifts. I'm hoping for a miracle cure, but I'd settle for a 14K diamond in my engagement ring. What? know that feel, mi amor.
I must have dropped it when I was running away from them.
The suspense was killing me, so I spoke up. Dropped what?
Drug that'll stop your convulsions.
Convulsions? What oh my god, the one back in the church? I'd forgotten completely. But how in the world does he know?
Look, I know you're carriers. You've been coughing up blood, right?
Holy moly. I haven't seen a reunion go south this fast since, well, Congress was last in session. I'm not sure what I should admit to. It's not like vomiting blood is really the image I want to imprint on dudes I could potentially sleep with. Not until I know that's their thing, at least. I'll just wait and see what Leon says.
Yeah.
Well, okay then. Not sure why I expected anything more than that. Man, putting a girl on the spot, I'd lie. But they can both probably read my mind, being my love interests and all. So I might as well just spit it out. Bad metaphor.
Yes.
Damn it! The eggs have hatched. We don't have much time. What are you talking about?
The question of the night, Leon.
I have to go back and get it.
Oh, hell nah. I'm gonna let this guy just dance all over my broken eggshells and then bolt. I want answers and drugs, and the only way I'll get either is to get on his path. Forgive me, Leon.
Let me come with you.
No. You stay here with Leon. He's better with the ladies. I'm sure.
Lewis, I'm so sorry for how wrong you are.
Why are you? It makes me feel better. Let's just leave it at that.
Geez, am I ever going to be on a dedicated path? This is the longest common route ever. Well, anyway, once Lewis was gone, wait, did that happen at this part? What did happen at this part? I know Leon did some stuff. And then, like, some other stuff. And I think there might have been a cool thing. But the point is, we did what we had to do to move on and finally enter the castle proper. Lewis, I hope we meet again soon, preferably with meds. Oh, yeah, this scene. What's with the childish cackling? Did we accidentally stumble onto the set of a new Chucky movie?
I was starting to wonder when you might notice.
Oh no.
Who are you?
Me llamo Ramon Salazar.
Wait, did I hear that right? His name is Romain Salazar? Is self-styling with a weird bombastic name some cultural hallmark of the Spanish elite?
The eighth castellan of this magnificent architecture.
Also, is he as lost as we are? SARS are from Russia. Unless, could this all be some covert Russian conspiracy? Infiltrate Spain and spread chaos from within? Dad was right. The arm of the Kremlin is long indeed.
I have been honored with a prodigious power from the great Lord Sadler.
What? Saddles? I know the old bastard loves a fan club, but I never thought he'd stoop so low as to put the mini in Minion. I.
No thanks, bro.
Yes. Yes.
My, you've got a feisty one.
Hold up. Leon's last name is Scott.
Because you're not worth a penny, I'm afraid.
This guy is awfully bold, shit-talking a man whose pockets are awash in the gold of his dead peons. It's actually amazing that Leon isn't just shooting him right now. I mean, opportunity, motive, it's all there. I guess Leon's just the better man.
You can
As the puny pirate departed, my exhausted brain finally caught up to the subtext. Saddle's power plus my brethren. This guy must be infected like we are. And he wants us to become willing members of his cult. Well, I have deeply held opinions on this topic that I will now randomly express.
I'm never turning into one of them. Never.
I said it with more resolve than I actually felt, but I thought Leon might like my moxie.
Got that right. We'll find a cure.
Aw, Leon, I'm glad we're both lying. Huh? What's that rumbling? Seriously? Can't even enjoy an old-fashioned pep talk. Stepping onto the red carpet, I took a glance at our surroundings. To our left, a strangely heavy-looking door leading to a lower level. To our right, an oversized picture of saddlebags. Standard castle stuff. Hard to decide which is worse, but after what happened back in the village, I'm gonna hold off suggesting where Leon should go first. Leon strolled over to the picture and began inspecting it. Not really my pref, but it's important to keep the face of one's enemy clear in your mind. Well, if that wasn't a metaphor for Saddle's religion, I don't know what is. Leon snatched the gold bars and stowed them, somewhere on his hunkiness. I don't remember all the specifics, okay? This happened like half my lifetime ago. Anyway, we rounded the corner and came upon a different room with two horse statues spewing flames from their nostrils. Clearly, it was part of another puzzle, but all I could think about was the gas bill. Leon's attention was drawn more to the conspicuous painting hanging in the alcove, which was admittedly very conspicuous. Of course, there's probably some clue hidden in the details. All my years of feigning interest in snooty art displays has perfectly equipped me for this moment. Now let's see what we're working with here. It seems to be a vividly realized contrasposto with a nice pair of boots. Oh, and a key hanging on the dude's hip. Damn, I'm good. I have to say that's a clever way to use your otherwise boring paintings. I'm going to start hiding stuff on pictures in the White House. It will drive Dad nuts. But more to the topic at hand. What door does that key open? No, wait, don't tell me. I should have thought it'd be this one. I'm such a brunette sometimes. Once unlocked, the heavy door slid upward and bid us to enter. Please let me wait here. Please let me wait here. Please let me.
Wait.
Score. I watched as Leon carefully slinked around the dungeon, taking inventory of the space. It seemed like a standard dungeon, save for the gold bells in the corners. Huh, hellfire, bells, vain priests. Europe. Somebody is really angling to be the location of the Hunchback of Notre Dame reboot. Leon began to enter the cage in the back with his gun outstretched. It was hard to tell, but there seemed to be a human-like figure hugging the back wall. A person must have done bad shit when other literal criminals are putting them behind bars. Jeebus. Are those claws? Leon bolted toward the corner as the wannabe Wolverine bull rushed the central column, digging his knuckle daggers into the stone. That's weird. It looks like his eyes are closed, coupled with the fact that he confused Leon for a giant pillar. Is it possible that he's blind? Oh, maybe that's the point of the bells, to distract him. I've got to tell Leon somehow. Shouting might create more problems than it solves. Maybe I'll just gesticulate intensely and hope for the best. Oh, never mind. Well, while we wait for Leon to come back, let's do a replay for our viewers at home. Having conducted the world's fastest prison reform, Leon rejoined me outside the dungeon, and we made our way back down the hall. Naturally, the Delunados all had emergency beepers and rushed into the room to confront us, almost like we're the ones escaping from a prison. Look at this coward running to hide behind his bodyguard. There's only room enough in this castle for one coward, and that's me. Get him, Leon. Guns. They don't respect the weapon triangle. And I love that. Lunging at this distance is pretty ballsy, but when you're unarmed, psychology is your best weapon. Oh my, this is getting a little tight. Time to turtle. Oh wow, dynamite. We're really working our way up the technology ladder, aren't we? From cannons to portable cannons. That's new tech for you. Sounds great on paper, and then it blows up in your face. With our prison break all but assured, we darted toward the back door. And then we ran into the coward from earlier, a lone fella who I'm gonna call Fred. Fred was not the sharpest butcher knife in the drawer, not the brightest illuminato in the socket, not the... Listen, Fred needed help, support, guidance, and Leon, well, that's not his style. As Fred dropped dead, we skated toward the massive studded door at the back of the room. I know doors this big are usually about signaling one's wealth, but it'd be more fun to believe that this castle was just built by a family of giants. A family that, ironically, ends with salad czar. Hey there. You're probably wondering what happened in that next room. Well, you could say it was bad, but I think we're at the point where we can be honest with one another. God damn. It's hard for me to think about, even now. Fortunately, my very well-paid therapist has given me a way to talk about the experience in a more empowering fashion. So buckle up, friends. This might get a little profane. Hey, get that smile off your face. I'm serious. What you're about to see will be morally challenging, punitive even. If you can't handle that, bail out now. I'm not scared. Yeah, I'm not scared. I see somebody is a glutton for punishment. Good. Oh no. What is happening? Tonight, we're going to talk about a little known scourge on Spanish peace and dignity. No, I'm not talking about that festival where they throw eggs and flour at each other. That's cool. I'm talking about cerebros, or as they're more Anglically known, brain bros, which sounds kind of like rainbows. Unfortunately, that's where the comparison makes a hard stop. We'd already run into several of these robrobates upon entering the castle, but it wasn't until this room that I discovered that cerebros are a lot like rodents, in that there's a lot of them and they like to swarm. Once we escaped the chaos, I had ample downtime to catalog a number of them, you know, for brosterity, and compile them into a nice brochure for your viewing pleasure. Without further ado, let's fucking do. Our first specimens are the aptly named Dumb Bro and Don't Shoot Me Bro, who just broed down from Brokeback Mountain in the hopes of making it big on Broadway. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited about all these bro words. Pace yourself, Ashley. Now, it might be difficult to spot the differences between these two cerebros, considering that they look identical, which is why we have to look past the superficial and focus on their actions. And while you do that, I'm going to read this fortune cookie. The greatest danger could be your stupidity. That advice is so good, I think I'm going to double dip. You will live long enough to open many fortune cookies. Ha! I love the metal ones. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, right, cerebros. When you think about it, cerebros are kind of like cheese. Take a milky white base, add some bacterial infection, and presto, you are in the shit now. Starting to regret your choices, huh? Anyway, in this metaphor, the slow bro would be a very mild cheddar. For him, doing Lord Saddle's bidding isn't about world domination. It's about the journey, man. Unfortunately, in the highly competitive market for Leon's attention, the slow bro's disposition can be a bit of a... a bit of a liability. You know, timing really is everything. Hold up a sec. Yeah, I got it. Get off my back. This is a little belated now, but our lawyers really want to emphasize that any similarity the Slowbros bears to the Pokemon of the same name is completely unintentional. After all, Slowpokes apparently have delicious tails. My cheese analogy aside, nobody knows how delicious the Cerebros meats are. Not that Leon isn't creating plenty of free samples. Next up is an old friend, the Crossbro. A staple of annoying enemy types, the Crossbro is a stand-in for men everywhere who shoot first and pay alimony never. Will this one succeed where his church-going brethren's failed? It's the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. Fight! Leon took aim. Leon had to reload and couldn't attack. Wild Crossbro used Brawl Out. Missed 2 times. Leon activated his Deadeye. Critical hit. Wild Crossbro fainted indefinitely. What? He didn't even leave the prize money. How are you supposed to turn a profit around these parts? Ah, the Brotech did. He'd seen the damage wrought on the brains of his fellow bros, and salad be damned. He wasn't going to be another hit rate statistic. So on his nights off from animal sacrificing, he toiled away in a remote dungeon, creating the head sheath that would keep his cranium warm and bullet-free. And when his turn came, he was so assured, so proud that he would spread the seed of his lord's will without all the messy consequences. Oh god. But then, you know what the book of Proverbs say about pride. Whoops, I guess my Sunday school teacher was right. The only guaranteed form of protection is abstinence. The next on the list is the Brotan. Wait, this isn't right. Whoops, sorry everyone, wrong game. Can we please cut to commercial? Being a henchman isn't easy. Long hours of worship, egomaniacal bosses, and the prospect of being shot in the face take their toll on both your will and your hairline. Fortunately, there's Brogain, henchman's #1 rated scalp treatment, guaranteed to make you look good when no one is looking. Defy the cult dress code in the comfort of your private quarters and build the confidence you need to score your next promotion. Brogain. It's a wig. Alright, we are back to our regularly scheduled program. During the break, we had a moment of introspection. Have I, in my Ivy League smugness, been too quick to dismiss the nuances of the Cerebros? Does the world itself not signal contempt? To quote the only play I remember from my Shakespeare class, what's in a name? That which we call a Cerebros by any other word would smell as... What I'm trying to say is that I want to give the other side a chance, no matter how wretched they may seem. Just like the New York Times. After all, they're parasite-filled humans just like me. Perhaps the shambling locomotive of their hate is still driven by the hot embers of passion. Perhaps on the battlefield of love, desire can be our truce. And so it happened on that fateful evening. As I toiled under the watchful command of my guardian, that plea escaped my lip. Bromeo, Bromeo, wherefore art thou, Bromeo? Oh, cursed night, I'm afeard, being a knight. All this is but a dream, too sickening sweet to be substantial. But sharp! What sounds through yonder lever creaks? The crank is being greased, and Ashley is the source. Wisely and slow, Bromeo. They stumble that run fast. Let it be said once again that violent delights have violent ends. Also, chunks in my hair. What the devil? Who could this be? Well, how do you do? It's a special cameo appearance by the Sycophants, Europe's one and only farmhand metal band. With hit singles like Born to Corn and Tonight I'm Plowing You, how's a girl supposed to keep her panties dry around here? Just want to pause here and offer a little advice for our male viewers. It's not about the size of the site. It's about the motion in the brochure. Anyway, that's about all I got on account of this being a surprise visit. So let's just make like a substitute teacher and fill in the time with fun videos. Guys, I can't. Oh, looks like they skimmed some cream from my crop. I guess that's what I get for standing in the mush pit. And last but certainly not least, we have the Cerebro that I'm calling Ambrose. For you non-Harvard types, Ambrose means immortal. I think you'll get the joke in a minute. Let's watch. And he's off. Oh ho! Clearly this isn't his first time at the Brodeo. Whew, gotta bro fast. As Stone Cold Steve Austin once brolatized. Sorry, my watch doesn't speak Spanish. Hurry, Leon. The man has gone brogue. Will nothing topple this human projectile? No, my perfect rotation streak. Now's your chance, Leon. Put a hole in his bro bat. And there it is. So sad. The dude was really on a roll. If he had lived, he would have made some excellent progeny. Oh, look at Mace Combat over there being all bractive. I tell you, this whole situation was a real imbroglio. Well, that about does it for this first and final episode of Cerebros Ilustración de los Iluminados. Hope you had fun, because I sure as hell didn't. Oh, and to all of you Cerebros out there, just itching to put your worm hands all over me, that was awesome. Before we get too invested, I just want to apologize for, all the puns. I know I warned you, but still, it was a lot. No worries, I loved it. The room before us was, I don't want to say it wasn't what I expected, because that would imply that I still have expectations. But mocking the idea of gravity, one can't help but be surprised. Well, now I know why the village is so damn poor. There's only one glue strong enough to weld statues to the ceiling. Cash. Before Leon hit up Ethan for more crap, we detoured over to a treasure box behind glass. This poor tiny man wishes he was a pirate so bad. Seeing glass more as an invitation than a barrier, Leon took out his knife and prepared to pillage. I see Salad buys his glass from the same distributor as Saddle. I bet he gets some kind of henchman discount. Being something of a pirate himself, Leon reached his sexy fingers into the box and claimed a grenade. Wait, for real? Is that it? You'd think it must hold some significance for Salad, but we're also talking about a man who thinks statues are just human-shaped chandeliers. Although maybe he's trying to keep the dark spirits away. It's a well-known fact that demons don't like upside-down furniture. It's very disorienting. Whoa, blacked out for a second. I'm not sure what's scarier, that my brain is overloading or that dehydration seems like the optimistic answer. Why? Is Leon holding that grenade like he's gonna throw it? Damn, I almost had a panic attack. Half my blood volume is just going to be cortisol at this rate. Maybe it's part of some puzzle, like throw the grenade at a 74-degree angle and then spin in place to reveal a... Oops. Well, what just happened? Is this still part of the puzzle? Because it doesn't feel like it's part of the puzzle. Paralyzed by shock, I can only scan Leon's emotionless face as he surveyed Ethan's bloody, lifeless body. For the first time, I felt genuinely scared to be in his presence, and I couldn't find the resolve to speak up. Wow. I have to say something. I've been accepting his silence up till now, but I draw the line at genocide. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no. More blood, just like in the church. What did Louis say about this again? In plain English, mi amigos, you're fucked as fuck. My god, that's exactly what he said. I'm not gonna make it out of here alive. Some freaking bug is growing inside me, feasting on me. I'm probably gonna burst out of my chest any minute now. For a split second, my rational self retreated into the ether of despair, ushered by the cloying odor of blood, smoke, and death. Death was everywhere, I realized. I turned my heart away from the deaths of the villagers, but here it was at the doorstep, testing the knob, grinning behind the peephole. I have to get away. Have to. Survive. Unlike Ethan, I will survive. You alright? That was it. 3 little words. 3 little snips at the fraying cord of my patience, and my shit was officially lost. Are those spikes? Yep, those are spikes. Run, Ashley, run! Hot damn, nothing like a booby trap to remind you that you're deeply out of shape. Still, I made it. Not a single impalement. Suck on that crouton, you salad jerk. What? A phase 2 of the trap? I think you're getting a Caesar. And it's actually, you think you're getting a seizure? And it's actually a cob. Given these new and quite binding circumstances, I feel that I'm entitled to a retraction of my previous request for space, which is, in fairness, no longer tenable. Yeah. Well, shit. I'll be conveniently forgetting this part in my autobiography. Not like anybody would believe it. If I wrote this exact plot into a movie, I'd get panned endlessly for the contrivance. But for real, what kind of Scooby-Doo nonsense is this? Turning walls? Seriously? What's next? Dudes in armor suits? You know what? I think Leon deserves at least 20% of the blame here. I mean, if he didn't have to murder my romance options, then maybe I wouldn't run stupidly down the most trappity trap of in all trapperdom. I wiggled around in a vain effort to escape, the key word being vain. I never thought I'd regret God's boob job. Oh God, what am I gonna do? After several minutes of crying and several more minutes of wailing for my tears, of waiting for my tears to dry, I tried to inspect my surroundings. I had honestly expected to end up in a torture chamber, which this doesn't seem to be, so hooray. I'm really just confounded by the scale of this place. How much use do you get out of a trap like this? And what's even the point of this large empty space? Rituals, maybe? Up above was a second level that I couldn't really see, and a weird floating platform jutting out right above me. I bet that's where Salad stands over his unwitting victims, cackling to himself as rabid dogs come out to feast on their flesh. Done with that thought. I looked around some more until it sank in that I had no real options outside of wish for sudden onset weight loss.
Leon!
I screamed Leon's name in the off chance that he was behind the wall looking for a way to open it, but either he couldn't hear me or had moved on because silence was the only reply. Damn, if only I could access the morphogenic field. That would really be the bee's knees. Can't hurt to try, right? Come on, brain, let's tap into some alternative timelines. Jesus on a flapjack. There's just no regulation on these foreign channels. With nothing else to do but, as usual, wait, I tried to relax my body while my mind wandered. can't believe Leon killed Ethan. What is he now? Just a miserable pile of secrets and guns. But there had to be some reason, right? Surely Leon wouldn't want to destroy his only source of goods. Who else is going to sell reasonably priced artillery in the middle of a trap-ridden castle? Maybe there's just something I'm not understanding. And to be fair, that's been a running theme. Let me think. Maybe Leon learned Ethan was a mole or infected? It's gotta be something more than his general dubiousness. Or maybe Leon just didn't have enough cash and wanted some free stuff. We've all been there. No, that can't be right. He didn't even take his Trashly, you're back. Think you got me confused for someone else, little lady. I'm not trash. I'm treasure. What? Name's Cashley. Pleasure to be sharing your brain space and hopefully your bank account. I mean, am I really that surprised? I took that blow to the head pretty hard. Listen, Toots, time is money and we don't have much of either. You want my services or not? Services? Yeah, you've heard of services, right? Exchanging cash for convenience. Some people call services the bedrock of human existence. I'm one of those people. I know what services are, geez. I'm talking about the kind of services you could possibly provide, you know, from inside my brain. Oh, I can do lots of things for you, but first we're gonna need to talk about payment. You can pay, right? How in the world do you expect me to pay myself? I suppose that is a bit of an unusual arrangement, but tu casa is mi casa, right? What's good for the gram is good for the gander? You know what I'm saying. I have no idea what you're saying. I'm saying you scratch my back and it's like you're scratching your own back. Why are you speaking to me in cliches? I told you time is money and cliches fit my linguistic budget. Seriously, you're more useless than Trashly. At least that alter ego had a moral center. Morals schmorals, you gotta pay to win, girly, and I'm a winner, and you can be a winner too. It's hard to feel like a winner when you're pinned to a wall. Believe me, winning isn't about winning. Winning is about never admitting that you've lost. You've been on debate club. You know what I'm talking about. Uh-huh. Listen, I can tell you're not buying what I'm selling, so let's cut a deal. I'm going to give you a taste of my power. It's like a demo. You know what demos are? I know what demos are. Good. Save some time, save some money. Now, here's what I'm really good at. Finding loot. I can smell treasure from a mile away, believe me. And how exactly does that help me get off this wall? Ashley, sweetie, you're missing the forest for the trees. One day, maybe soon, your hot-ass bodyguard is gonna come to the rescue and you are gonna spread your wings. When that happens, don't you think it would be nice if you could repay the favor with some equally hot-ass treasure? I mean, I would like to be more useful here. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna burden you with all that philosophizing. I'm here to help you. Yeah, but what's the catch? The catch is cash, and that I want some. Just a little. 20% off the top. Are you saying you want me to find loot for Leon and keep some for, ourselves? You're right on the money, honey. Alright, well, I'll think about it, but until then, you're pretty much useless, huh? Like a Magikarp using Splash. Okay then, if I ever get out of here, when you get out of here, at such time, I'll give you a buzz. Until then, I'd prefer to just wallow in peace. I'm gone, girly. Solid gone. Well, now that I'm done being insane, how else shall I pass the time? Let's try hooking into Leon's brain signal again. Maybe he's looking at something less awful now, like a mirror. Surely. Those diminutive gonads are slaves to my will. Ugh, I don't know what that was all about, but it feels like at that time I stumbled on the Secretary of Defense's porn folder, and it was just torpedo pictures. Ugh, all of a sudden, I feel so tired. Not sure if that's bodily exhaustion or just much mind hack. Either way, I don't think I can fight this feeling anymore. Oh no. And now we're playing Ace Attorney. Ugh, I shouldn't have eaten such a large breakfast. I feel like an astronomer could walk in and mistake me for a gas giant. It doesn't help that I'm so stressed. I could really use a few minutes with the client, but he's nowhere to be seen, and there's only 10 minutes before we go in. Hello, are you Miss Graham? Oh, hello there. You're Rob, I presume. Yep, that's me, Robin Hood. You can just call me Nigel, though. That's the name I use on all my legal documents. Well, it's nice to meet you in person, Nigel. We don't have a lot of time. So, do you mind if I just jump into some questions about your case? You want to ask me questions? To hear my side of the story? Yeah, of course, I'm your lawyer. If you're truly innocent, then anything you can tell me is helpful. Sorry, I'm just a little burned from my last lawyer. He said my clothes looked like garbage bags and dropped me after I confirmed they were. That's really a garbage bag? I think the proper term is upcycling. Well, regardless, he gave me your case file, and I know the basic outline, but I wanted to confirm a few things. First, you say you're being framed for murder, right? Right. And the person framing you is your former cult leader? Right again. So you were willingly in a cult prior to this incident? Yes, that is technically true. But, it's kind of like saying you're willingly on food stamps. It's not a choice you're making for fun. So you joined a cult because you were on hard times? Well, having clean clothes again was a nice perk, but mainly they gave me the impression that they were gonna do good in the world. You know, steal from the rich, give to the poor. I'm a sucker for those kinds of books. Hooks. Uh-huh, so things were okay until they weren't. Basically, it all went downhill when I found out about the boss man's crazy world domination plan. Something about kidnapping the president's daughter and infecting her with a mind-controlling parasite. Real sci-fi stuff. I tried to play it cool, but they found me out pretty fast and booted me from the cult. I thought they were being nice, letting me keep the robes, but in hindsight, you are the fall guy. Right, again. You're good at this, Miss Graham. I certainly hope so, because my bills aren't going to pay themselves. Robin Nigel Hood, please report to courtroom number 2 immediately. All right, Nigel, looks like we're playing for time today. Don't worry, I'll do everything I can to prove your innocence. I don't have much of a choice, but still, I believe in you, Miss Graham. Oh no. Is the defense ready? Yes, Your Honor. Miss Graham, is it? Please be sure to speak loudly and clearly in my courtroom. I have a hard time hearing women who would not date me no matter how nice I am. Thank you for letting me know, Your Honor. Is it? It is far too early in the day to be slamming into the glass ceiling. And you, prosecutor, are you ready? Oh yeah, this colorful fellow. I have the weirdest feeling I've seen him somewhere before. Maybe SeaWorld? Ahoy there, Redcoat. I must say, sir, I love the hat. Ah, thank you. It did cost me quite a few doubloons, if we're being honest here. Oh. And yet, sir, my hat clearly designates me as the captain of the ship, so why don't you sit quietly in your crow's nest while the lass and I strike a deal, hmm? Excuse me? A deal? Aye, and a good one, too. You let your bucko there walk the plank, and I'll buy you lunch. I know some great seafood places. Thanks, but Red Lobster's not really my scene. What was your name again? I have many names. Cannonballs, Poseidon's Spear, Marriage Wrecker, but you, sweet lass, can call me Leon. Why do I always attract the weird ones? Well, Leon, I'm afraid I have to object to your generous offer because I maintain that my client is innocent. Maybe not of eccentricity, but certainly of murder. Yes, the squirrels are already dead when I collected them. Innocent, you say? Let me tell you something about innocence, lass. Death is a sailor's constant companion. You see these hands? They've delivered many a man to the bosom of the sea, friend and foe alike. His hands are deliciously sized. Wait, is he admitting to being a murderer? Okay, what's your point? My point is I know a killer when I see one. And this son of a biscuit eater? He's a killer. I can smell the death on him from here. Ah, well, that's really just because I don't have access to certain modern luxuries such as soap. With all due respect, sir, this is a court of law. Your intuition is about as valuable as a used treasure map. Enough, both of you. I hate to admit it, but Miss Graham has a point. Local elections are coming up, and I'd like to avoid last cycle's attack ads about my complete deficit of decorum and fairness. Barely survived that one. So shall we let the evidence decide the fate of this hoodlum? Nigel, you really ought to consider changing your name if you're going to interfere with the criminal justice system. I'm ready to set sail whenever, me hearties. I warn you, though, lass, I drive a big boat. Careful you don't capsize. Careful yourself. You go sailing up my strait and your Titanic is bound to hit some icebergs. Gah! Me timber is shivering. If you're excited now, big boy, just wait. I'm no Gramier, but I've got a few tricks up my sleeves. Let's start with an outlay of the facts surrounding that fateful night. A moment, Defense. Does anybody hear that sound? Sound, sir? I don't hear anything. You mean something other than my racing heart, Redcoat? No, wait, I think I hear it too. Shots across the bow. Death's red kiss has come to brush these salty lips once more. Yes, I believe I hear it as well. Oh my god, would someone please tell me what the hell is going on? I told you, Ashley. I'm coming for you. I was awoken from my copyright nightmare by the telltale destruction of priceless urns. That's gotta be Leon. Thank goodness, because my jelly legs are quivering. Wait, those footsteps don't sound like Leon's. No, it's the unmistakable clop of high heels? Is Salad practicing his stiletto strut? Or maybe it's his mom, the Duchess of Cucumberland. Whoever they are, they apparently don't want to be seen. Louise? Leon? What in the flame-throwing hell is going on up there? Saddle! He's here! Why? My soy salad bar will make sure you eat the same plate. Listen, I'm not promising accurate transcriptions here. I relay what I hear. Spray on me, Lupus. More importantly, why am I always missing out on the important stuff? Oh my god. What? Oh my god! Louis says, oh, he can't be. Hey, I know you might find this pretty insensitive, but forget about the Spaniard. You're saved. What? Strike while the iron is hot, Blondie. Find a very loud order for a hot piece of beefcake. Place a very loud order for a hot piece of beefcake. Can you please just speak clear? Scream. After a minute of me yelling and gyrating, Leon appeared on the platform above. His beautiful hair is a comfort, even from this distance. But how is he going to get me off this wall? Why is he pointing his rifle at me? What the fuck, Leon? No freedom ever came without a cost, girlie. What is the cost? Shitting myself? Hey, could be worse. At least you don't have to saw your hand off. That's not going to be very comforting if I get JFKO'd by a bouncing bullet. As the last metal ring succumbed inexplicably to a bullet, I fell forward and thanked any attentive deity for the lack of shrapnel in my flesh. I glanced up at Leon and learned how quickly one's ovaries can be vaporized by a smile. Come on, Ash, don't let him off the hook that easy. He could have blown a hole in your thigh. At least be pouty. Talk about a near-death experience. Get out of where? I'm literally stuck down here with cultists. Ah! Oh, what should I do? I've got some ideas. You want the good ones or the free ones? Can those not be the same thing right now? It's like your daddy-o is always saying, I ain't a goddamn charity. Well, forget you then. Oh, I know. I'll cower against the wall and draw them into a funnel for Leon. Hey, that was one of my good ones. You'll be hearing from our mutual lawyer when this is over. I ran back toward the alcove and huddled down, covering my ears to mitigate the sound damage. Gunshots whirred around me, as clear as a signal as any that cultists were flooding into the room. I'm gonna tickle you. To death. Probably. Oh god, I can hear one of them breathing right behind me. Maybe I could bite him. No, that's nasty. I don't want to bite worm flesh. I just have to accept that I'm gonna get grabbed. But in return, this cultist is about to become an easy target. But also the floor is marble, and it's gonna suck to fall on it. But also, this cultist is gonna be so dead. Sounds like Leon wrecked the supply chain of goons. Let's buy some freedom shares while the market is hot. You are annoyingly on brand, but nonetheless, I agree. I scrambled over to the door and...
The door's locked. I can't open it.
No dejas que escape de la isla vivo.
Ante up. Kidnap that fool. Well, back to cowering. How many waves is this going to go on for, I wonder? Surely it's only a matter of time until they release the bloodthirsty wolves. Oh hey, it's quiet again. Maybe one of those creeps dropped something I can use, like a grappling hook. That'd be great. Springing to my feet, I scoped the room and saw it. Yes, it. What is it? It's it. You've got it. You've got it all, and you can have it.
I got the key. I can get out.
Eager to live up to my declaration, I rushed the door, jammed the key in, and hurled myself outside. Okay, I think that's enough for tonight. I've been going at this for almost 3 hours, and it is getting kind of late. So that was a lot of fun. It is very chaotic. That Phoenix Wright segment like really threw me off, but that was a lot of fun. And I will continue this possibly later this week, maybe next Sunday. And I do plan on streaming tomorrow at the same time. So look forward to that. And I hope the rest of you are having a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7 EDT. Thank you.